last question, let's talk about this project that we made. What do we have here in this project? Is it even in a tutorial? I feel like it's more than that.
Yeah, it's part of a training that has never. I think it's unlike anything that's ever been made for retouchers.
I feel like that's a term that everyone comes up with, though. So, like, why is that? You know, like, this has never been made before. Like, you know what I mean? Just a cheap way to sell something. So, like, you sell me on the product that we just made.
Well, here's the thing. I've looked for this.
Yeah.
I've looked for this exact thing. So I cobbled this whole thing that's like my retouching codex or whatever together from like a million different sources of like people, mentors, guys who came from like old school plate work who were like Cytex operators back in the day. People who came from, you know, other more modern agencies that were not even in the United States, that were like in Europe. But just through luck and like really trying to find people and find techniques, reading books like Dan Margulis, Applied Color Theory, one of the most technical and
so all of that information that you've learned is put into this tutorial, which is super long and super extensive. And, you know, I think it's important for people to understand that, you know, while we are using a shoe in the first image, that workflow can be completely applied to anything, lifestyle, fashion, like product. The workflow itself breaks any image down and just looks at the pixels and how you isolate certain sections. Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's totally true. I mean, this is like the closest that I could get to honestly showing my complete workflow or my complete way that I retouch pretty much every single image. It doesn't matter if it's a shoe or a car or a person. This is really what I do every time, you know? And because that's the value to me that I wanted when I was looking around for something like this. Was I got so many questions in my head. I want a generalized approach that will allow me to do high-end retouching without having to reinvent the wheel every single time an image opens on my screen.
This tutorial is available at rggedu.com if you want to find out more information about everything that Seth has just put together. We spent 10 days filming post-production, going through his entire workflow and a lot of advanced techniques that you will not find on YouTube. You're not going to find in the general tutorials that are out there on Photoshop. So thanks so much for spending 10 days with us breaking down an entirely complex workflow. And we're really excited to get this out to the masses.
Yeah.
Create some competition for you.
Yeah.